Hello dear friends, Patrick here for Vortex. In our Abraham-Hicks segment for today, we share an audio recording where they talk about sovereignty and poses the question, what influence are you under? Hope you guys enjoy.
Good morning.
It is.
General or specific?
If you feel you have resistance, general is better. If you feel that there's not much resistance within you, then specific is more fun. That's the rule of thumb. Make sure you got control of your car before you step on the pedal.
Okay, I'll just go for it. I want to create my own nation state. What do you think about that?
Give us more.
Too specific. I like the idea of sovereignty. That's a really satisfying concept to me.
We do too.
Freedom.
So much so that we pronounce you the center of your universe. That's how it really is. Sovereignty is really how it is. Nobody creates in your reality. Cooperative components will join you and you want that, but you are sovereign. You get to choose. You are choosing. So your state of being is all you're doing. You were the complete governing body. You collected the data. You were all the committees. You gathered it all together. You practiced the thought of it. You got the momentum in motion. The thoughts turned to things, and you are the result of your autonomy. Isn't that nice to know? Yes. No, actually, Abraham, I've got some bugs I'd like to work out. Oh, good. Ooh, something to think about, something to clarify, more resources for the universe to yield to you. Yeah. Or did you mean you want to create an environment where you're sort of the leader of a body of people who will look to you for their guidance?
It's open-ended. I mean,
well, close that end of it. In other words, you don't want to be the leader of anything where people are looking to you for their power and their clarity and their answers. First of all, it defies who they are and why they came, and their inner being won't help them cooperate with you on that, and neither will your inner being help you. You want to be in this environment knowing who you are, and a cooperative component with others, a cooperative component to others who also know who they are. So you come together in your joyous understanding of your individual power and ownership of your own experience. It's way more fun when you gather together in your clarity. But most humans don't gather together in clarity. They gather together in confusion. They gather together in weakness, and they think they have to gather together thinking that if enough weak ones get together, that there'll be a whole pile of weakness that will then be called strong. And we say, where do you get this stuff? You gather together a pile of weakness, you're just a big weak pile. The new ones coming in, they're the ones who know. They're sovereign. They say, you do you and I'll do me. They really don't want too much advice from you. Have you noticed? And the more of your resistant advice you give them, the more they sort of tune you out until you win them over with your negativity. Did we head you off?
yes.
So you realize you've already got what you want?
Yes.
And now you want to discover the power of who you are. When you come into concert with your inner being and you go and flow and blow with all of that, and you know by the way you feel how in sync you are or not, and then you watch the cooperative components gathering around you, and each one that you realize, in other words, cooperative components are being revealed to you all the time, but your vibrational connection, which equals your vibrational or your mental astuteness, determines whether you are realizing what has been revealed, because you just can't see it all. There's too much, even in your physical see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it environment. There's too much for you to observe all at one time. So what stands out to you is what is a vibrational match to you. And what's a vibrational match to you? First, you want to be a vibrational match to your solutions and your answers and your progress and your momentum and your movement and your wholeness, not to your weakness and your disconnection and your problems and so forth. And once you catch the spirit of that, then every day is full of fun. Esther used to wonder, because we used the phrase often, to allow the universe to surprise and delight you. And she liked the delight you part, but she didn't understand the surprise you part. She would say, Abraham, if I have sifted through contrast and I have chosen, and therefore I have created my vortex, why would anything be a surprise? Won't I just know it when I see it? And we explain over time that, oh, the combination of what you've asked for can be realized by you in so many different combinations of delightfulness that the surprise will be constant with you as you discover how clever this universe and your inner being and the cooperative components and all that you consider to be good is. When you understand how the universe has your back and how loved you are and how worthy you are and how intricately, not generally, intricately, not generally, how much detail and specifics your inner being and all of this knows about you. Talk about the concierge in the sky. Everything that you've ever acknowledged that you desire at all can be woven into the fabric of the way your day unfolds, to the purpose of it all, which is for you to feel the worthiness of yourself. How are you going to know that if you don't let it flow to you? As you sit in an audience like this and you watch what you think is Esther, a woman standing on the stage, and you've been to lots of lectures and seminars and talks and so forth, and Esther may look to most people just like somebody who's very sure of what she thinks she knows. This just may be a theory that she's wanting to present, and she's presenting it with such volume and confidence that you think, well, she believes what she's saying. But it isn't until you've felt some resonance with some of it and maybe accepted that you are more than this physical body, and you hear and you feel resonance with the concept that you are more than this body and that there's a larger part of you calling you forward, and that the perspective of you in your human form and the perspective of you in your non-physical form meshed together makes for the perfect blending of creativity and evolution. And so you acknowledge that life has caused you to ask for something and that it exists in a vibrational form, and you understand, you feel resonance with the idea of your guidance system, and you care about feeling good. And now you practice feeling good to the point that you meditate every day just for the purpose of quieting your mind, because when you quiet your mind, you quiet thought, and when you quiet thought, you stop resistance, and when you stop resistance, your vibration rises, and when your vibration rises, you're in sync with all that you know. And so you've been allowing that, and now in that state of complete connection to what's in your vibrational reality, because resistance is missing, absent in this moment, thought occurs to you, an impulse occurs to you, which you enthusiastically follow, and then you receive the benefit of following that guidance, and then you know. You have to show it to yourself. You can't get it just by listening to someone who knows it. You have to apply it. You have to feel it. You have to let your own guidance system help you know when you're in alignment and when you're not. And then you acknowledge that in any moment in time, you could be under the influence of all that you are, or you could be under the influence of some cable news. You could be under the influence of who you are. You could be under the influence of a whole bunch of cooperative components of things that are not wanted. You can tell by the way you feel. And once you've shown yourself how to be under the influence of pure positive energy, and you're there often, and you notice that you are, and then you start naturally following the direction of those thoughts and feelings and impulses, then you know that all things are possible. And most important, then, you know, it doesn't have to be this way, because you could find a feeling of worthiness just by happiness. You could be so happy that you would, in that happiness, know you're worthy. We like it when you're there. But what if you're happy and you know you're worthy, and therefore you allow those thoughts to turn to things and blessings of all manner, coordination of lovely people and lovely experiences and all things desired, a steady stream of things that you're wanting flowing into your experience, and you're feeling the power of your influence and knowing your worthiness. That's the best part of all of this, is that feeling of worthiness is a feeling of wholeness. That's the way your inner being knows you to be. Your inner being knows your value and your power. And when you know it too, you feel satisfied on steroids. Really. This is a really good time. You feel satisfied?
Yes, thank you.
Really good time for a segment of refreshment.